It starts with a whisper, a sound on the breeze, dancing on moonbeams and shaking the trees. From one single note to a chorus at dawn, it grows like your hope from the moment it's born. Flying over rainbows on the promise of tomorrow. Let the truth save the day, and you'll never lose your way. If you follow the voice in your heart, always know that's how to find who you are. So hold on, never let go of your dreams. You'll see the magic, believing is where it begins. Life is a beautiful thing, let your heart sing.
Welcome to our Hanukkah show on Let Your Heart Sing, here on World Radio, KHOE 90.5 FM in Fairfield, Iowa. I'm Sheila Moschen, and I'll be your host. Today we have a special guest. Rabbi Alan Green will tell us all about Hanukkah, and then we'll hear some beautiful Hanukkah songs. Welcome to our show, Alan.
I'm so happy to be here. Hanukkah is a happy holiday. In fact, the word Hanukkah means dedication. And what are we referring to when we say that? The fact that the Maccabeats of old, about 21 centuries ago, faced a very difficult situation where the Syrian Greeks wanted to impose one religion on the entire empire. And, of course, that would have canceled out Jewish practice at that time. And the Maccabees resisted, even though they were outnumbered and outgunned and out-elephant, and they were really not up to fighting a professional army, and yet they were able to come through with God's help. They overcame vastly superior numbers and won some very, very important battles around this time, and were able to liberate the city of Jerusalem and purify the temple, the Holy Temple, which was the center of Jewish worship at that time. The miracle of Hanukkah is that when they got to the temple, it was completely destroyed, chaotic. They were only able to find one small vial of pure oil to light the menorah, the candelabra in the temple. And that small bit of oil unexpectedly lasted for 8 days. That is the miracle of Hanukkah. Now, whether that miracle actually happened the way it did, we don't know. But it's a symbolic story, because in actual point of fact, the Jewish people are that small flask of oil that, by historical standards, should have burned out long before now. And yet here we are, all these centuries later, still able to celebrate the light of Hanukkah.
Oh, that's such a beautiful story. So the light within us is shining in no matter what kind of darkness may come our way.
Yes, and the timing of the festival actually is all about how the light continues to shine in the darkness. We're celebrating at this dark time of year. The sun is waning, and Hanukkah is actually timed around the waning of the moon as well. So you have a double darkness, both solar and lunar. And as the holiday progresses, we light more and more light, one light for each night. So 8 nights, we have 8 lights in the end, but we begin with just one. And as the moon is waning, we're lighting more light and more light and more light. Finally, at the end of the holiday, it's the new moon, and then the moon starts to wax. And then we're into greater and greater light, and the light of Hanukkah is a celebration of that light that is never extinguished by the darkness.
Right. Oh, that's so beautiful. I never knew that whole story, so thank you very much. So, Alan, before we play these beautiful songs, in this year, 2019, what are the dates of Hanukkah?
Well, if you look on a Jewish calendar, you'll see December 22nd through December 30th. But actually, it's the night before that we actually light the candles of Hanukkah, because the Jewish day always begins the evening before.
I didn't know that.
Based on the story of creation. And there was evening and there was morning, a first day. And there was evening and there was morning, a second day. And it makes a great deal of sense, because rest is the basis of activity, and the evening is always the basis of the following day.
Yes, we can relate to that.
Yes, indeed.
Well, thank you. And on that note, let's hear some Hanukkah songs. The first one is called 8 Candles by Rosenthal and Safyan. Can you tell us a little bit about this song, Alan?
There's a significance to the number 8 in Judaism. You know that we have 7 days of creation. So the number 8 in Judaism signifies the transcendent. It's that which transcends the 7 days of creation, goes beyond creation to the realm of the infinite.
Really?
Yeah, so certain holidays like Chanukah, but also Pesach is an 8-day celebration, and Sukkot is an 8-day celebration, because the idea is we're celebrating the transcendent in each day of the week.
Oh, I love it.
Candles shine for the Maccabees. 8 candles shine for the Maccabees. Down from the mountains with liberty's sword, they came like the flame of the Lord. Dance the Hora, light the menorah. This is a time of joy. We take today with the Maccabees leading the way. 8 candles shine for the Maccabees. 8 candles shine for the Maccabees. The tyrant was routed with all of his men, and the temple made holy again. Dance the Hora, light the menorah. This is a time of joy. The road to freedom we take today, with the Maccabees leading the way. 8 candles shine for the Maccabees. 8 candles shine for the Maccabees. Chanukah's children will never forget the glory that shines for us yet. Dance the Hora, light the menorah. This is a time of joy. The road to freedom we take today, with the Maccabees leading the way. The road to freedom we take today, with the Maccabees leading the way.
The song we're going to hear now is called Candlelight by the Maccabeats. I like that name, Maccabeats. They
Yes.
get that from the Maccabees, right?
They do indeed. And the Maccabees, the name derives, according to the story, from Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, who is like unto thee, O Lord, taken from the book of Exodus. So if you take the first letter of that phrase, you end up with the word Maccabee. And that was sort of the theme of that small rebel band that confronted the Syrian Greeks and were outgunned and outnumbered and all that. But they believed in what they were doing, and they were able to defeat the far superior numbers of the Syrian Greeks. So the Maccabeats are celebrating that victory in this song called Candlelight.
Let's hear it now.
I'll tell a tale, yeah, of Maccabees in Israel, yeah. When the Greeks tried to assail, yeah. But it was all to no avail, yeah. The war went on and on and on, until the mighty Greeks were gone, yeah.
I put my lockers in the air sometimes, saying hey, oh, spin the dreidel. Just wanna celebrate for all 8 nights, singing hey, oh, light the candle. We say Alhamdulillah, oh yeah, for all 8 nights. Then we play dreidel by the candlelight. And I told you once, now I told you twice, about the miracle of the candlelight.
They took the field field. Their rivals thought, are they for real, 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 real? Those Maccabeats, they never yield, 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 yield. They charged ahead with sword and shield, 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 shield. Yeah, yeah, the war went on and on and on, until the mighty Greeks were gone. Yeah.
Up in my lockers in the air sometimes, saying hey oh, spin the dreidel. Just wanna celebrate for all late nights, singing hey oh, light the candle. We say my tune, oh yeah, for all late nights. Then we play dreidel by the candlelight. And I told you once, now I told you twice, about the miracle of the candlelight.
And the great menorah, for 8 days it kept on burning. What a celebration, a great return to Torah learning. 'Cause I can feel it, and Nes Gadol, Nes Gadol, Nes Gadol Hayasham, Nes Gadol Hayasham, Nes Gadol Hayasham, sham, sham,
Up in my lockers in the air sometimes, saying hey oh, spin the dreidel. Just wanna celebrate for all late nights, singing hey oh, light the candle. We say my tune, oh yeah, for all late nights. Then we play dreidel by the candlelight. And I told you once, now I told you twice, about the miracle of the candlelight.
Our next song has a long word that I cannot pronounce, so it's up to you, Alan.
Lichvod HaChanukah, in honor of Chanukah is what it means. The words were written by Chaim Nachman Bialik, a very significant figure in the revival of Hebrew language in the early 20th century. We forget that even 150 years ago, Hebrew was not a spoken language. It was a few people gathered together who just determined that they were going to revive Hebrew as a modern language, that are responsible for the fact that this ancient language has been updated and made into a living tongue. This is one of the modern miracles of Jewish life, is that Hebrew is spoken the way it was spoken many thousands of years ago.
ושמש לו אבוקה, ושמש לו אבוקה. יודעים אתם לכבוד מה, יודעים אתם לכבוד מה, יודעים אתם לכבוד מה, לכבוד החנוכה.
Okay, Alan, why don't you introduce our next song?
Al Hanissim. It means for the miracles, for the victories, for the redemption of the ancient Maccabees by God. This is actually part of the Hanukkah liturgy. It's chanted in each one of the services that we do during the holiday of Hanukkah. And you can see that this is quite a celebratory number. In fact, the Angel City Chorale is not a Jewish chorus, but you can see that they get into the spirit of the thing.
Yes, they do. I find this song to be absolutely beautiful and quite jazzy.
Yeah.
Let's listen now. And now, here's a wonderful Peter, Paul, and Mary song called Light One Candle. Tell us about that.
One doesn't ordinarily associate Jewish music with Peter, Paul, and Mary, but when they decide to do it, they do it really, really well. And this song, very inspiring. Again, if you see it on YouTube, it's even more inspiring because you see them actually lighting candles. And you get the idea that to light one candle is to dispel a great deal of darkness. And it doesn't take a lot of light to dispel darkness. That's really the theme of this song, is that we can be much more powerful influences for good than we might even imagine. Just by living our lives and doing the best we can, we dispel a great deal of darkness. And that's a beautiful Hanukkah theme.
Right. Okay, so let's listen to that song.
Light one candle for the Maccabee children, with thanks that their light didn't die. And light one candle for the pain they endured, and their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. Light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. never become our own foe. And light one candle for those who are suffering, pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in, let anger not tear us apart. And light one candle to bind us together, for peace is the song in our heart. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our dreams. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears.
What is the memory that's valued so highly that we keep it light in that flame? What's the commitment to those who died? We cry out they've not died in vain. We have come this far, always believing that justice will somehow prevail. This is the burden, this is the promise, and this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out.
And now we have another Maccabeat song.
What the Maccabeats have done here is they've taken the original miracle song written by Matisyahu, the composer, songwriter who was so instrumental in bringing reggae and rap into Jewish music. And so you can hear that influence here in the way they do this incredible number with many, many words and lots of good music.
Yeah, it sounds like a rap song.
It sounds like a rap song.
Just living in the miracle, candles on my vehicle, 8 nights, gonna shine invincible, no longer be divisible, born through the struggle, keep on moving through all this hustle, head up, head down through all of the bustle, New York City wanna flex your muscle, look so down, look so puzzled, all around your fire through all the rubble, bound to stumble and fall, but my strength comes not from man at all, bound to stumble and fall, but my strength comes not from man at all. Do you believe in miracles? Am I hearing you? Am I seeing you? 8 nights and 8 lights and these rights keep me right and bless me to the highest heights with your miracles. Against all odds, drive on till tomorrow. Wipe away your tears and your sorrow. Sunrise in the sky, like an arrow. No need to worry, no need to cry. Light up your mind, no longer be blind. Him who searches will find. Leave your problems behind, it will shine like a fire in the sky. What's the reason we're alive? The reason we're alive. I stumble and fall, but my strength comes not from man at all. Bound to stumble and fall, but my strength comes not from man at all. Do you believe in miracles? Am I hearing you? Am I seeing you? In 8 nights and 8 lights and these rights keep me right and bless me to the highest heights with your miracle.
It's a number of infinity, one more than what you know how to be. And this is a light of festivity, when your broken heart yearns to be free. Do you believe in miracles? Am I hearing you? Am I seeing you? 8 nights, 8 lights, these rights keep me right. Bless me to the highest heights with your miracle. Do you believe in miracles? Am I hearing you? Am I seeing you? 8 nights and 8 lights, and these rights keep me right. And bless me to the highest heights with your miracle. Miracle,
Next up is Hanukkah, O Hanukkah. And why don't you tell us about this song and the singer?
This is one of those songs that if you go to Hebrew school, you definitely learned it. It's like one of the Hanukkah standards of all time. Goes back to the time when the main language of the Jewish people was Yiddish, and the singer, Theodore Bikel, will actually sing it in Yiddish before he sings it in English translation. Theodore Bikel was one of those versatile actors, singers, performers. He actually was in the first production of Sound of Music on Broadway, playing the role of the captain. And the song Edelweiss was actually written specifically for Theodore Bikel. So let's hear him now. Huh?
Wow, that's amazing.
Chanukah, Chanukah, Jontef a scheiner, a lustiger, a freilicher, nicht da noch a seiner. Alle Nacht in Breidel spielen mir, so die Käse-Latkes essen mir. Geschwinder sind Kinder, die Chanukah Lichterlachon. Lo mir alle singen, lo mir alle springen und lo mir alle tanzen in Korn. Lo mir alle singen und lo mir alle springen und lo mir alle tanzen in Korn. Chanukah, oh Chanukah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Dreidels to play with, latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. ימי החנוכה, חנוכת מקדשנו, בגילו ושמחה ממלאים את ליבנו, לילה ויום סביבוננו יסוב, סופגניות נאכל בם לרוב, העירו, הדליקו, נרות חנוכה רהבים, על הניסים ועל הנפלאות, אשר חוללו המכבים. על הניסים ועל הנפלאות אשר חוללו המכבים. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago.
And there you have it. Beautiful Hanukkah songs selected by Rabbi Alan Green with his inspiring commentaries. Alan, would you like to say anything more before we conclude?
Just one more note about Chanukah, and the fact that you can find the books of the Maccabees, Maccabees 1 and 2, in Catholic Bibles, but you won't find it in a Jewish Bible.
Really?
So interesting. Why did the Catholics want to include Maccabees 1 and 2? My theory is that they realized that if the Maccabees had not succeeded and had the light of Judaism been extinguished by the Syrian Greek Empire at that time, there would have been no Jewish civilization for Jesus to be born into.
Oh, oh my goodness.
And so Judaism quite literally gives birth to Christianity. If there were no Judaism, if Hanukkah had not been the holiday that it is, there would have been no Christianity, and the world would have been a completely different world. It's the greatest story ever told.
I love that story. Well, Alan, it's been a total joy having you here on Let Your Heart Sing. Thank you for coming.
It's a joy for me, and I want to wish everyone a very, very happy Hanukkah, a very Merry Christmas, and a beautiful New Year of health, happiness, and fulfillment.